What if the reason you are not seeing increase yet is not because you lack potential? What if the reason is much quieter than that? What if you have been asking God for more while ignoring what He already placed in your hands? Because here is a truth most people do not want to sit with. The market pays for value, but God starts with stewardship. The world may reward the person who solves problems, creates value, builds skills, serves people, and produces results. But before God increases what is in your hand, He often watches how you handle what is already there. And that is where many people miss it. They want more money, but they have not managed the money they already have. They want a bigger platform, but they have not been faithful with the small audience already listening. They want a better opportunity, but they keep mishandling the opportunity in front of them. They want God to open a larger door, but they keep walking past the small door because it does not look impressive enough. Pause for a second, because this may not be about talent. This may not be about intelligence. This may not even be about how hard you work. This may be about stewardship. Stewardship is what you do with what has been trusted to you before more is added. It is how you handle your time when nobody is clapping. It is how you manage your gift before it makes you money. It is how you treat small assignments before you are given larger ones. It is how you show up when the room is not full, the numbers are not big, and the results are not obvious yet. And this is where the market and the kingdom meet. Because the market does not pay you for good intentions. The market does not pay you because you are tired. The market does not pay you because you have been through a lot. The market pays when you bring value to someone else's problem. But God develops the person behind the value. God works on the vessel before He increases the visibility. God works on the character before He expands the capacity. God watches the private pattern before He trusts you with public increase. That is why some people are gifted but unstable. They can produce something impressive, but they cannot sustain it. They can start strong, but they cannot stay faithful. They can attract attention, but they cannot handle responsibility. And sometimes the delay is not denial. Sometimes the delay is development, because increase without stewardship can destroy a person. More money in undisciplined hands becomes more waste. More influence in an insecure person becomes more pressure. More opportunity without preparation becomes overwhelm. More visibility without character becomes exposure. So before you ask, why has nothing opened for me yet? Ask a better question. What am I doing with what is already open? Because God often hides your next level inside your current responsibility. You may be waiting for a breakthrough, but the breakthrough may be waiting on your faithfulness. You may be asking for a platform, but God may be looking at how you speak to the people already around you. You may be asking for wealth, but God may be looking at how you manage the paycheck, the idea, the skill, the hour, the relationship, the assignment. Not because He is trying to hold you back, but because He is trying to build you up. See, value is what the marketplace recognizes. Stewardship is what heaven develops. And when those two come together, something powerful happens. You become the kind of person who can create value without losing your soul. You can earn more without worshiping money. You can build more without becoming arrogant. You can serve more without becoming empty. You can grow without forgetting who gave you the seed in the first place. Because everything God gives you has seed in it. Your time has seed in it. Your gift has seed in it. Your experience has seed in it. Even your pain has seed in it. But seed does not become harvest because you possess it. Seed becomes harvest because you plant it, protect it, water it, and work it. That is stewardship. Some people are praying over seed they refuse to plant. They keep saying, Lord, bless me. And God is saying, use what I gave you. They keep saying, Lord, increase me. And God is saying, become faithful with what is already in your hand. They keep saying, Lord, send the harvest. And God is saying, you have not worked the field. This is not condemnation. This is correction. Because once you understand this principle, you stop waiting passively. You stop blaming everybody. You stop saying, nobody gave me a chance. You stop saying, I do not have enough. And you begin asking, what value can I create with what I have right now? What problem can I solve with the wisdom I already carry? What skill can I develop that makes me more useful? What small assignment have I been neglecting because it looked too ordinary? That is where increase begins. Not always with something dramatic. Sometimes increase begins with a budget. Sometimes it begins with waking up earlier. Sometimes it begins with finishing what you started. Sometimes it begins with learning a skill. Sometimes it begins with serving 3 people well before you ask for 3,000. Sometimes it begins with cleaning up your habits so your gift has somewhere stable to live, because your gift may open the door. But stewardship keeps you from losing what the gift opened. Do not miss that. Talent can create attention. Value can create income. But stewardship creates sustainability. And if you want lasting increase, you cannot just become more visible. You must become more reliable. Reliable with your words. Reliable with your time. Reliable with your decisions, reliable with your money, reliable with your assignments, reliable when nobody is watching. Because the private version of you is building the public future of you. Every hidden decision is training you for visible responsibility. Every small act of faithfulness is preparing you for a larger field. Every disciplined choice is telling heaven and earth, I can be trusted with more. Now, I know this may not sound as exciting as a shortcut. It is not flashy. It is not overnight. It is not the kind of message that makes you think success will fall into your lap while you do nothing. But it is the kind of truth that changes a life. Because once you become a steward, you stop wasting your waiting season. You realize small is not punishment. Small is preparation. You realize hidden is not forgotten. Hidden is formation. You realize responsibility is not a burden. Responsibility is training. And you realize that before God multiplies something, He often teaches you how to manage it. So here is the question for today. What is already in your hand? Not what do you wish you had? Not what do you hope someone gives you? Not what would you do if everything were perfect? What is already in your hand? A skill? A story? A lesson? A few hours a week? A small audience? A laptop? A phone? A relationship? A testimony? A gift you keep minimizing? Start there, because value grows when stewardship moves. Do not wait for a bigger field to become faithful. Become faithful and the field can grow. Do not wait for more money to become disciplined. Become disciplined and more money has somewhere wise to go. Do not wait for a larger audience to serve with excellence. Serve with excellence and your capacity will expand. The market pays for value, but God starts with stewardship. So build the skill, solve the problem, serve the person, plant the seed, work the field, strengthen the vessel, and become the kind of person who can handle what you are asking for. Because the blessing is not just in getting more. The blessing is in becoming someone who can be trusted with more. And when stewardship meets value, increase stops being an accident. It becomes the harvest of a life that was ready,